Hey guys, AXL here with Red Hot Heat, back for another War Highlight video. It's been a while since I've done one, just been busy. There was one that I really wanted to cover, but unfortunately by the time I got to it, the replays were gone, probably because of an update or something. But let's go ahead and take a look at the most recent war. We thought it was going to be a lot closer because they had two Town Hall 11s, their 1 and their 4, and their 1 came out and 3-starred our 1 right off the bat, and then later on he went to go in and 3-star James as well. But we've used this strategy, or at least I've seen this strategy used before with Dragloon, basically, with dragons, lava hounds, and loons. But this is with baby dragons. It's actually pretty strong. It's stronger than just regular spam Laloon, because what happens is the lavas go in and tank, baby dragons come out, start clearing buildings, and then loons follow behind, and then it's just rages all over the map, basically. And with this attack, you don't really need to worry about CC troops or the Archer Queen. You can see that in the beginning he pretty much just dropped down his heroes and broke through wall to let them get in, but other than that, he just started spamming his troops. This is obviously stronger if you're doing a bully attack, a Town Hall 11 versus 10, because he has the Grand Warden ability. But pretty much the baby dragons take care of the CC troops as well as the enemy Archer Queen. So with the Grand Warden ability as well, it allows him, I forgot how long it was, I think 5 seconds or something of invulnerability, and it's pretty strong. I think we're gonna start trying to use it in some farm attacks, at least Bro said he was. See how strong it is, and if it's pretty strong, then we might start using it on Town Hall 10s with our 11. But anyway, yeah, other than their 1, I don't think there was any other really good attackers. I mean, a spam attack, if it works, it works, but obviously I'm not that big of a fan of it because it doesn't require too much skill. It still requires skill, no matter what attack you're doing, whether it be, you know, just down to spell placement or whatever, but it's just not nearly as skillful as, you know, targeted, which they've nerfed. But anyway, we're gonna take a look at number 2. This was Bro's plan, but it did not go well at all. So in the beginning I dropped down a giant and 3 hogs just to get the CC Lord, and being the level 7 hogs, and I think they were buffed a little bit, they were able to actually get down 2 defenses as well as Lord of CC, so that was good value. This was bad on my part. I actually scouted this beforehand. I did drop loons at the bottom, just not at that exact location. Didn't think that he would have mines there, but anyway, I had to improvise, pop my Grand Warden ability. For those of you who haven't used Grand Warden at all, if you're using Grand Warden in a Archer Queen walk, you want to use the Grand Warden ability first if possible, because what happens is if you use your Archer Queen ability, then the only troop there left to hit is your Grand Warden. So that's why you want to use your Grand Warden ability first. That way you have the invulnerability, and then at the end, if you really need it, you use your Archer Queen ability. But anyway, so I had to improvise here. Had a bit of a funnel made there on the other side with my archers on that army camp. Have my Valk speed in. Unfortunately here, the Archer Queen lures all of my Valks away from that second Inferno tower, so there was nothing there left to take care of it. The Barb King does eventually wrap around here and come back to it, but a Barb King versus a single Inferno is not really gonna be that great. So I have an Inferno tower left there. Fortunately I had some back-end loons And at this point I dropped my loons, I dropped my minions just to keep the Inferno Tower busy for a bit, as well as a Hog Rider just to tank, just so that my balloon can make it. Unfortunately I had an air mine there, but that loon with the increased drop speed was able to get off 2 drops and take care of that Inferno Tower. So luckily it did work out, but it was definitely a close call. Alright, let's go to the next one. Bro did this attack. This type of base is pretty easy for Archer Queen, Archer Queen walk and go Valks basically. Don't really need any back end anything really, because it's just a wide open compartment. You get your Valks into the core, they beat out, and that's it. So have the Archer Queen coming down from 3 o'clock, moving towards 6 o'clock. Not sure if he wanted to drop some wall breakers here for his golem, but those bowlers are not really being tanked for, and that golem now is walking in, but I think that was maybe miscalculation on his part. Okay, so finally the golem is in. And what does end up happening is the Archer Queen, and there's a Lava Hound, a Wizard, and a Archer in the clan castle. So that Wizard and Archer being ranged lured his Valkyries into the core. So luckily that funnel, even though it wasn't really made completely, didn't really affect it too much, since those troops were able to lure his Valks into the core. Had it been a balloon, I don't know what would have happened. I mean balloon rather than a Wizard and Archer in the clan castle. But anyway, pretty much like I said, once you get through the core, it's pretty much game over for a base like this, and Valkyries. As long as you don't take too much damage in the core, as long as you drop your spells correctly, jump, rage, heal. A lot of times I see people not dropping the spells quickly enough. You want your spells to go down before the Valks even get there. You don't drop a heal spell on top of Valks, you drop it in front of Valks, because they move very fast, especially since you're dropping a rage in the same location, and they're going to speed right through it. So make sure you get those spells down quickly. Alright, let's move on to number 4. I did this one. It's pretty much just I'm attacking it like a Town Hall 9. There's no Inferno Towers, I don't have to worry about that. I'm just dropping down 2 golems. My goal is to obviously get 2 air defenses, as well as the Archer Queen and the clan castle troops. So I just drop down my golems, drop 3 wizards on each side to create my funnel. Drop my golems, let them lure the CC first, then drop down my Barb King. You want the golems taking all the aggro, so you can see that my Barb King, even though the Arch Queen's already down and the CC is down, my Barb King's pretty healthy here. And I'm going to pop his ability just for good measure. You don't want to pop your Barb King ability late. It's not like Archer Queen. Barb King, you want him to stay alive for the full duration of his ability rage. And now I drop my Lava Hound, 2 haste spells. I had a little bit of snafu here. Little bit of a misclick, or it wasn't clicking right, my second Lava Hound from the CC. But anyway, the second lava went down a bit late is what I'm trying to say. But pretty much have enough haste spells to cover the entire map. The second Lava Hound busts right as my loons close in on the air defense, and then a couple of back end loons just to help clean up. And then I have some minions up at the top right, helping to clear out those buildings here, and 1 loon just back up in case, and if you don't need it, then you use it for cleanup, which I've dropped here. Alright, the rest is just cleanup, so we'll skip that. Number 5, Larry. Ali took this one. It is a 9.5, just like Ali, although his heroes are a bit lower. But anyway, let's see what Ali does here. So I think me and Ali had planned this before, but there was some miscommunication. Didn't go quite as planned. So I'm gonna pause it real quick. Actually, I'm gonna back out. And Ali, if you're watching, I just want to show you what I meant. So what I wanted, at least what I had in mind, was to start my Archer Queen walk from over here. So start my Archer Queen walk from over here, drop a baby dragon over here just to create a funnel, or maybe even Archer Queen over here, doesn't matter. But anyway, baby dragon here to create the funnel, have my Archer Queen take all of this out, take the air defense out, and start walking this way. Meanwhile, I'm gonna drop the Barb King over here to clear out all of these buildings, pretty much, because once my Archer Queen gets over here, she can't reach this air defense from this side of the wall. She has to come into this little crevice over here. So if she's busy taking care of all these buildings, this air defense is going to start shooting your healers down one by one. So that's why the Barb King came down, would have come down here to take care of all these buildings. That way, right after this Archer Tower, she would wrap around and take care of this air defense. Meanwhile, right after this air defense goes down, and after maybe the Archer Queen goes down and the CC goes down, it's gonna naturally lure out the CC. Or actually, no, it's not gonna naturally lure out. I forgot the exact range, but I think it was something like this. And then so basically, right after you take down this Archer Tower, this cannon, while you're on this Wizard Tower, you drop the Hogs over here, and then Wizard Tower goes down, your Hogs move in and lure the CC. But anyway, let's clear that out. So right after this air defense goes down, Archer Queen goes down, and Clan Castle goes down. Or if you know your Archer Queen is pretty much safe, you're gonna drop your first Lava Hound from this direction, and then pretty much just loons all around here, and then haste them through, pretty much behind the sweeper, and then they're gonna go in, take care of all of this section, and then afterwards they're gonna move up. Hold on, let me see. They're gonna move up and take care of. You would drop your second Lava Hound here. Actually, your second Lava Hound would come from this direction. I think you had 3, right? Yeah, you had 3. There was 1 in the CC. So first Lava Hound here, CC Lava Hound here. If you can, drop your second, your CC Lava Hound second. If you're a Town Hall 10 and you don't have max lavas, so you would drop your CC Lava Hound second, because you want that Lava Hound eventually to bust. Pretty much last usually. And then your third Lava Hound would come here, more loons, and then by that point your Archer Queen should have come over and taken care of this last air defense. So that was my plan, but Ali took care of it a different way. There might have been some miscommunication on our end, but anyway, let's take a look at what Ali does. So Ali starts at 3 o'clock. The reason why I didn't like to start from 3 o'clock is because of that sweeper, but it didn't really matter too much. Takes care of that first air defense, and then pretty much instead of walking from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock, Ali goes the other way. So that Barb King should have been dropped at the bottom in this case then to help with that last air defense. But being Town Hall 9 level defenses, his lavas survived to the end anyway. It was able to take care of 3 air defenses, so it didn't really hurt at the end. Nice job on that, Ali. Number 6 is a bully attack as well, or not as well. The first one wasn't a bully, it was 9.5 versus 9.5. But anyway, wall breakers here to break the Archer Queen into that compartment. Obviously, goal here is to kill the enemy Archer Queen. He's also got 3 Lava Hounds in the. He's got 2 Lava Hounds and 1 Lava Hound in the camp. So 3 Lava Hound, not the camp, this Clan Castle, but he has 3 in total. And Lava Hound comes out of the Clan Castle. Unfortunately, this is a fresh attack, so he didn't know that. Had he known that, probably would have attacked it maybe a bit differently. Perhaps gotten some air defenses, or maybe a suicide hero. attack into that compartment there. But anyway, just starts dropping in his lava hounds going counterclockwise. Didn't really matter which direction he came from because there's sweepers facing both sides. His base is pretty symmetrical. Gets a little bit dicey here just because he's out of lava hounds completely. So in this case, it wasn't as important for him to kill the Arch Queen as it was for him to take care of an air defense, because he is Town Hall 10 and he does have that extra spell slot. So he could have just used skeleton spells on the Arch Queen. So yeah, this was a little bit dicey. He was able to get it at the end just because there's the balloons took care of the majority of the defenses. It was just that one compartment at the top left, and he was able to clear it out. So nice improvising. Number 7, I took this one with just a straight Golaloon. The only difference between Golaloon now and before is the number of lava hounds you bring versus balloons. Before, the rule used to be you had to have one more lava hound than the number of air defenses left. Nowadays, with the buff, it wasn't a nerf, it was a buff. At least in my at least from my perspective, it was a buff. It was a buff to spam attacks and a nerf to skilled attacks, because the increased speed of the loon drops, I don't think it hurt spam attackers at all, although it did hurt targeted balloon drops, meaning you don't get as much value when you drop just 1 or 2 balloons. But anyway, just go in with 2 golems. I believe Ron attacked this beforehand, and he brought bowlers as well in the CC. Did not need that at all. I don't think he didn't get as much value out of his kill squad, only because he brought that extra 30 space of bowlers. I know my heroes might be a little bit higher. I'm not sure actually. I think his is just as high actually. But if you watch this attack and Ron's attack, I believe we got pretty much the same out of our kill squad, except I didn't bring bowlers and he did. He might have taken care of it a little bit faster, but that's pretty much it. So with that extra 30 troop space, I brought a lot more loons instead, which is why I was able to take care of this second half of the attack. But anyway, start sprinkling some loons on the back end. I had a lot left, so I was able to drop some backup loons and then take care of the rest of the base. I don't want to say a lot of times, but there are some bases where you really don't need to bring bowlers. In fact, it actually hurts you if you bring bowlers, because that troop space you could have used somewhere else. When you're planning an attack, you want to plan it so that you can take care of what you need to take care, meaning the 2 air defenses, the Arch Queen and the Clan Castle troops, with the minimal amount of kill squad troops. That way you have more troop space dedicated to your main army. So just be careful of that. You don't want to just use the same army for every single base. You really need to just understand how much you can get out of your kill squad and bring enough. You don't want to just bring bowlers every single time, and yeah, it'll work a lot of the times, but it might not be the best way to do it, and in some cases it might cost you because you don't have enough troops in your main army. But anyway, we'll move on to number 8. James is able to clean this up for me. This is my favorite attack of this war. Actually, James had the favorite attack in the past 3 wars. Unfortunately, I'm again too late for the previous war, which I really wanted to capture as well. But James got 2-3 stars on Town Hall 10s with his with this account, with his Town Hall 9 account. So I failed on this base first. It just did not go according to plan whatsoever. I dropped a loon at the top as well. I dropped a baby dragon on the right hand side on that army camp, or not army camp, that this right over here to distract the sweeper and then send a balloon here. So what ends up happening is my balloon ends up luring the clan castle, and for some reason the clan castle decides to target my healers instead of my archqueen. It was close, but anyway, they took out my healers, and then I sent a golem, barb king, and bowlers to clear the outside, and then sent hogs to the core and ended up hitting every single spring trap the guy had. So it didn't work out. But anyway, oops, let me clear this and move down. So Queen Walk still going on. Similar thing happened here, but he was fast enough with his poison spell to take care of that wizard before it took out his healers. So at this point, you can see what he's trying to do here. He's taken out a bunch of exterior buildings as well as 2 of the air defenses so far, with actually 3 of the air defenses. One real quick thing I did notice is I think the 2 air defenses he took out with lightning quake is here. Alright, so they are 1 tile apart. I've done testing on this. I'm not sure if it's still viable. I think it is, because I tested it right when they buffed lightning spells and changed the patterns. But there's a way to take out both air defenses with 3 lightning and 2 quakes, or 3 lightning and 1 quake. I forget. I think it's 3 lightning and 2 quakes. So you would drop the 3 lightning pretty much in the middle, and then the 2 quakes. Didn't matter. 1 quake had to be max, and 1 quake didn't matter what it was. But you would drop the max quake first for the 25%, and then the second quake. But you could have possibly saved 1 spell space, but sometimes it's better to be safer. And just make sure you take them out, because if it doesn't for an attack like this, it'll go horribly wrong. But anyway, we'll continue. So pretty much the lightning quakes took care of 2 of the air defenses, and his Archqueen Walk took care of the other 2 air defenses. And now he's dropped in all of his dragons, including his baby dragon and a couple of loons there. And then they'll take care of that Archqueen, no problem. And really all that's left, if you look at it, is 2 Teslas and 1 Archer Tower, which is nothing for 6 level 4 dragons. Doesn't matter, those air traps doesn't affect dragons that much. That air mine does though. But anyway, as you can see, only 1 defense left that can hit them, or 1 defense left, period. Which is that Archer Tower, and there's still 6 dragons plus a baby dragon left. So very nicely done, very good plan, very nicely executed. Alright, we'll move on to number 9. Fear took this one. I don't know what this guy was thinking, but anyway, guy's got 2 air defenses outside. So Fear comes at it with a naked hero kill squad, takes care of the Archqueen, and eventually will take care of the air defense as well. Right there, popped ability and took care of the air defense. more of a spam style deployment, and that is actually favorable now with the new buff to balloons, although I would have sent loons to the sweepers almost immediately. Yeah, that sweeper's causing him a little bit of trouble, but the base is pretty much done. But yeah, those two sweepers, I would have targeted him directly from behind. Both of his lava hounds that are left have like a sliver of health, unfortunately, but he did bring a bunch of minions to help with cleanup, so nicely done. Alright, next attack. Number 10, also by Fear, using his lower Town Hall 9. These type of bases are like a godsend at Town Hall 9. They're a very bad choice at Town Hall 9, because these moat bases, obviously they're designed for your troops to go around the outside and then get shut down by the defenses in the middle. Unfortunately, Expos and Teslas are not really too strong at Town Hall 9 to be able to prevent anything, at least not for skilled attackers. So what ends up happening is you pretty much, all you have to do is create a nice funnel, which is what Fear's doing here, one side with his Archiqueen and one side with... I'm sorry, I'm just trying to see what he's trying to do here. So, because of the placement right here of his defenses, they're right up next to the wall, and if you notice, the Sweeper and the Tesla are touching. Valkyries like buildings that are touching. They will actually go towards buildings that are touching even if there's another building that's slightly closer. I don't know the exact algorithm or how far it needs to be, but all I know is that they're attracted towards buildings that are touching. So anyway, so even though the funnel here isn't really made completely, and that golem, I don't really think you needed it. I think you could have just brought more Valkyries. You could use your Barb King to tank in the beginning, have your baby dragon create the funnel, and then just straight up send Valks in behind the Barb King, and it would have worked just as well, because the golem, it does a little bit of tanking towards the beginning and then pretty much is useless after that. So I find it not really worth it unless you're creating another side of your funnel with the golem. But anyway, let's continue here. So you'll see that the Valks go straight in. Also, that Archiqueen was luring them in as well. So those are things to pay attention to. What buildings or what things are in the core, and if those things will attract the Valkyries. Drops the 2 heal spells there in the core for the Valkyries. Allows them to heal, stay nice and healthy. And then drops in some back end hogs. Nicely done. Swag the heal spell. But yeah, even at Town Hall 10, these bases, you'll see, I think it was number 3 that Bro attacked. Those bases are really easy to 3-star. They worked maybe a long time ago, but people have learned how to 3-star them since. But anyway, James takes this base, 3 golems here with a heavy kill squad. Drops the jump spell. Unfortunately, only one of the golems goes in. Not sure why that golem's not rerouting. I guess it's a bit too far away. But as soon as that wizard tower goes down, it should reroute. the wrong way though. But anyway, troops get into the core. They end up taking care of the Archer Queen here, as well as this Tesla farm, which is really good value. But he does get significant value out of his kill squad. You can see here that defense-wise, 2/3 of the base are gone. And all he has left is one air defense, which he has a Lava Hound for, and then he has that haste spell. They're gonna push all of those balloons right into that air defense. When you have numbers, one air defense doesn't really matter, even if you don't have a Lava Hound. What you need to be afraid of is splash damage. So wizard towers, air bombs, stuff like that. But that's what the Lava Hound goes in for. It tries to soak up the traps, tries to get aggro from the splash damage. But anyway, nicely done here. Still has bowlers left too, so kill squad still up. Very nicely done. Number 12. Rich did this one with his second lowest Town Hall 9. Comes in with just this, looks like a hobo. I'm not sure what he has in Clan Castle yet, but 2 golems down. Wall breakers in. Giving those wizards a little bit of time to create the funnel. Looks like Clan Castle came out, but not completely. So a little confused as to why the wall breakers was there. It's probably just went in, didn't really change his troops that much. Oh yeah, he swagged his Clan Castle, I remember this. Yeah, it's a Town Hall 8 and he's a Town Hall 9, so it's a bully attack. Didn't really need the wall breakers. Could have just jumped in. But yeah, you can see that he does have, I remember now, he does have bowlers in the Clan Castle, which he saves, I think, for the next attack. So swag the Clan Castle, swag the spell, or 3 spell space. But nicely done. I think these are all Town Hall 8s now, so I think we're gonna stop it right here. Nice war. Thought it was gonna be closer, but turned out not to be. Their 1 was pretty good though. 3-starred our 1 and 2. He is a max Town Hall 11, but it's not that easy to 3-star Town Hall 10 still with Town Hall 11s. So nicely done, everyone. I'll try and do videos more frequently, but we'll see. Alright, I think that'll do it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.